What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Masters video. Today we're going to be talking about why this game needs PvP in the near future, hopefully. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, obviously, guys, Pokemon Masters is very, very new still, which means that they're still getting established. They're still running experiments and figuring out the numbers and seeing what everybody's receptive to, what they'll deal with, what they'll put up with, and then what's going to keep people around for the long term. So obviously, it's pretty bare bones, and we do have somewhat of an end game, but the thing is that most of the stuff in this game you can just auto through. You can just leave your iPad, your iPhone, your Android, whatever you have, whatever you play it on. You can just leave it off to the side, just, sitting there and going through whatever part of the game you want to grind out. And then as it is, you can grind out everything, every resource that you want to, and then really not have any issues maxing out as many characters as you really want to over time. Now, if you want it sooner rather than later, you're going to have to focus a little bit more on grinding, really making sure you're always working towards getting more gym leader notes and getting more level up supplies. But otherwise, it's pretty quick, pretty easy, and pretty much everybody can do it on auto. I feel kind of like a broken record with how many times I've brought this up over the past few years with the games that I've covered. But this game needs to have something you're working towards, Right now, you're really just trying to improve your team, and once you've improved your team as far as it can go, you improve your equipment, and once you've improved your equipment as far as it can go, then you're pretty much done. You can just grind out more resources for future characters and sync pairs that do come out that you want. So really, that's the gameplay loop right now, and I don't think that's going to hold people's attention for very long. So what's the end game going to be? So guys, I think what we're looking for here is a PvP system of some kind. Now, obviously, a lot of people immediately go, oh no, PvP system, that means ranked PvP, and we don't want that because power creep would make it so it's annoying to play. And if they do go down that road, if they add PvP, I do think that that's an argument to be had. Should it be, just a friendly PvP system or a casual PvP system, or do we want to have some sort of ranked system behind it? Because obviously, the tryhards that really want to have that level of competition, and the whales that really want to spend a lot of money and beat down scrubs, they're going to want that competitive thing, that ranked mode of some kind. But we don't really need that to get all that we need out of this game when it comes to having an endgame PvP system. Personally, I feel like if we do get some kind of PvP system, it'll be really fun. Being able to basically completely disregard bulk value and how it's going to have auto-targeting, essentially, because that's really what it boils down to, is that the tanky characters, if they have a high bulk value, obviously they're going to be able to just be purely tanks and attract all of the attacks from the opposing team. That's how it works when you're going up against AIs, but against normal players, wouldn't be the same way. You wouldn't be able to stack up buffs before the other teams started attacking those damage dealers, because your bulk would have no value whatsoever. It wouldn't mean anything, which I think personally would be really cool. I'm actually really excited at the thought of making teams not based on that value whatsoever. You don't need to have a tank at all. Just having pure offense, or possibly even having, 3 tanks. Different strategies would be viable, and obviously it'd be really fun to go up against your friends, be able to have tournaments, things like that. As a content creator, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to, and it really bums me out that they're really, I guess, against it. They haven't come out and said they're never going to add it, but they said it's not currently in their plans to add it. That's kind of a bummer in my opinion. So yeah, I'm curious, what do you guys think about? So yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments. I'm actually really curious what your opinion is on this. Do you think it should be added to the game at all, PvP whatsoever? Or do you think it should be just casual? If so, do you think it should be casual and competitive? If so, there's a lot of different ways you can go with this, and a lot of people have different opinions based off of their experiences with other gacha games, or lack of experience with gacha games in general. So I'm actually curious, what is your experience with gacha games, and are you in favor of a PvP system being added to this game? I'm actually thinking that this is probably going to be a good discussion to have, because right now we're going to be able to see if, we can really push as a community towards maybe getting PvP added when it originally wasn't really in their plans, or is it just unrealistic because not enough people actually are interested in it? Please let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, it's a Pokemon game. I want PvP. To make my stance on it clear, I think that casual PvP would be fine if that's all they want to do and the community is against having ranked, but I do think that ranked would also be fine. You know, the other game that I cover, the other gacha game I cover, is Dragon Ball Legends, and I think it does fantastically with PvP being the end game. Obviously, there are some seasons, and even recently I've had to make a video talking a little bit about an issue they're doing with the Poison and Cure example. And that's something we could talk about in a different video entirely if it ever becomes relevant. But basically, you know, they've had some questionable things that they've done very recently. And I think that that's a possibility if that's, you know, something that implements into this game if we do get PvP of some kind. But I will say that, you know, until this point in the history of Dragon Ball Legends, I haven't had any problems with it. Personally, I felt like it's been a really good system. And you do get, you know, a nice amount of free currency from playing it, free paid currency from playing it. So, you know, if that was the case in this game, would you be, you know, more excited about PvP being added? Again, let me know down in the comments below. But that'll be it for this one. Have a fantastic day. Quick video. I know we're going to be doing another EX challenge very, very soon. Till then, guys, peace.